Hello, New York. Leigh, thank you for joining us. You just heard my post-match reaction, obviously there. Is there much you disagree with? Where do you feel Spurs are at right now?
It's weird because I'm generally the sort of glass half full person, but I actually thought the first half, if you'd stopped it there, thought there was a lot to feel good about. I thought the press was encouraging. We came out fast. I thought Basuma seemed to sit a little deeper, which gave me a bit more confidence about midfield cover. We went long and direct a few times, which we mixed it up, which when you and I talked the other day, we were frustrated. There was no kind of changing. And I didn't think it was a penalty by any means, but I just thought there was encouragement. And Bentancur, I think just as an 8 is so much better than a 6 because he ends up doing the stupid tackles when he's a 6. But as an 8, he was the driving runs. It was the dictating play. So at half-time, I was feeling good. I also thought, honestly, coming into this game, I thought we were going to get beat. So, it's always tricky when you're 2-1 up. You really should see it out. But my going-in position was, we're probably going to lose this based on how many times have we lost to Wolves at home in the last few years. I think it's pretty much every year. So I think a draw is fair. It's just that when you watch the second half, it's everything you just said. I mean, it's hard to not feel that way. I don't know about if they're playing for him or not, but clearly I thought the subs were poor. I thought I wrote down Bergvall as well. Exactly.
Leigh, can I just ask you? You're probably a man of similar age than me. I think. Do you not feel like we're in a spiral that you've seen many, many times before when managers are about to lose their jobs?
Yeah, that's a fair shout. I mean, if we think back to the last days of Hoddle or the last days of
Yol or Pierce Boas or yeah.
And I think the bit that's getting in the way of that, because by rights you'd be like, he's gone. It's a when, not if. But there's something about the circumstance of, some of the other firings have been when we've had a full team and we've been playing terribly, Ramos being an example.
Yeah.
But there are extenuating factors, but I don't know. It's very hard to keep a positive perspective when you see, I think you said the word about confidence and belief. Like, I don't think there's any confidence and belief, take injuries aside. So there is a downward spiral. You can't argue. It's just whether Levy's, if he has someone lined up or if he's just saying, look, what's the alternative? And it's hard. It's hard to know.
Yeah. And, Newcastle, I think we do have nigh on a week. I think it's next Saturday, Newcastle game. But once again, Udogie going down injured. I've talked about it a lot and I got a lot of stick in the comments about this. But do you feel like it's just bad luck that we're getting these injuries, or in reality, it can't, in my opinion, it just can't be coincidence?
Yeah, it can't be luck. There's no way it's luck. Who knows about the training? Armchair punditry. Like I wrote down, is it something to do with the pitches at Hotspur Way? Like, is there something where people are just getting? Is they too heavy? I just don't know, but it can't be a coincidence. And I think there's the initial injury piece. The bit that's worrying me more is this kind of bringing people back and then breaking down again. Like there's an initial injury piece, but then we have this sort of secondary window where pretty much how many players have come back and got injured within a game or two? Like that's actually worrying me more, which must be to do with how rehabilitation's going over there. So that there's something's not right for sure.
Yeah. And it's just hard to see us coming back from here. What I'm going to ask you just very briefly, any positives from today at all? What can we take away from it?
I was going to say Bentancur, but bye-bye. I'm not going to see him for a bit. I thought he was encouraging. I actually think Solanke put another shift in. I think he tried. I mean,
we never make him any chances, though, do we? We never make him any chances.
No, he's pretty much trying to make his own chances. So I think the first half I take positives from, but the second half was very poor. And is a draw going to be enough? I mean, I think it's all about the next game and how much damage Newcastle potentially do to us.
Yeah. Okay, Leigh, thanks for calling in, mate. I really appreciate it. Speak to you again after a future game. Thanks for being a part of the show.